Hey guys, it's Mulligan, and welcome to another patch notes video. So, as of a couple of hours ago, Direwolf released patch 1.26 for Eternal, and normally I would not do a patch video if there weren't any significant card changes. So in other words, if cards got buffed or nerfed. There weren't any in this particular patch, but there's a couple of things that really excite me about the game, so it's excited me enough to do a video on this particular patch. So I'm just gonna go through everything line by line and just kind of show you guys the different things that have been added into the game. A bunch of quality of life stuff too. So the main thing is that the Pale Rider avatars are available for a limited time, so we got some new avatars to buy from the store. They each cost 300 gems a piece to get them. So if you guys notice, these are the Pale Riders are the 4 horsemen that are on the card, the Witching Hour, which this is actually linked to an event that we're going to be getting that should start. It actually starts tomorrow, I believe. Yeah, the Midnight Ride. It's a Halloween event for Eternal. But that is not the focus of this video. I will be doing an event run, and I'll post my best run onto YouTube when that happens, so just be on the lookout for that. We'll focus more on that event at that time. But yeah, you can collect all 4. They're all premium avatars from the store, 300 gems a piece. And again, they are available only for a limited time. We got a progression system update. So as far as the progression system, if you reach level 59 for any faction, that's actually been updated. I'm not level 59 in any faction right now, but it includes the second upgrade of that faction's basic totem. And if you're already level 59 or above, you will be granted your totem upgrade on login, but you still have to own the totem before you can use the upgrade, which you get to choose your totem. For those that remember, at the beginning when you first start the game and get through the campaign, you can choose any of the basic totems, but after you choose one, if you want to get the other ones, you have to buy the rest, and all the basic totems are upgradable. So the big thing that I'm excited about, and that I'm gonna be touching on, I've quite a few things that I have to say about this, is the expanded match history. So match history can now be expanded to see additional information about your previous games. So if you click here, you get this little screen. So the additional information that's included are the factions of your opponent's deck, based on the influence you saw them play. So if they're a 3-color deck and they don't play their 3rd color, then you're not going to see that, well, faction, I should say. You're not going to see that faction. But the match history, it tells you who went first. It shows you the deck that you played. It shows you who won. So in this game I lost. And it shows the turn on which the game ended. If you guys can't tell, I did not have a good day in Eternal today, so and this patch, it just went live, so this I'm very excited about. You actually can also view the complete order of all the cards in your deck for a given game. So if you click on, you can actually click on the opponent too. This side screen will still pull up, and it shows your initial mulligan, which is your opening hand here. It shows these are the cards that you had in your opening hand, and then it shows the cards that you drew after you start the game in order. So these are the cards that I drew in order throughout the game. It shows my last draw, which was a permafrost. That is 100% correct. And it even shows the remaining cards you had left in your deck in the order you were going to draw them. So this is insanely huge. I'm very excited for this particular feature. So I want to talk about this feature. Direwolf was already keeping track of this kind of stuff, and even more information than what you see here. Their stat tracking, it goes far deeper than this, probably down to little details that most people don't even think about. Now, the fact that they are allowing us to see some of this stuff in game is amazing, and I'm super excited. As I've said, it's probably, I'd say this is my favorite thing in the entire patch, I would say. But I do have one concern, and that is if they are allowing this stuff in client themselves, then there's a chance that they won't allow their game to be more open source, so the community can develop their own in-depth game tracking clients. What does that mean? Well, for those that don't know, Blizzard allows this in Hearthstone, though they definitely keep an eye on it. One of the most popular data collection websites for competitive play is Vicious Syndicate, and they collect all data on the metagame using a program called Tracobot, which I believe they still use. They have weekly metagame reports based on the data they've collected, and they go into immense detail. We're talking win rates for every deck at different ranks on the ladder for each class, and even getting down to the most popular cards being played on a given turn in a specific deck. They've done articles in the past on specific cards using data on how often that card is played on a certain turn, and even the win percentage of that deck based on when that card is played. So it's very, very detailed stuff. That's why many people love their weekly metagame reports. We don't have that kind of detailed meta report in Eternal because it's not open like Hearthstone is. So we just have to go off of what top master players are seeing the most on a given ladder day, unfortunately. Similar to what Temple Storm was, and I believe is still doing to this day for Hearthstone. But anyway, I hope that the Eternal client doesn't always stay quote-unquote locked, so we can develop these type of data-driven programs, but I'm not holding my breath. But anyway, moving on to the puzzles. The access to puzzles has been gated behind the completion of various stories of the Scions campaigns. Based on the wording of this, I am assuming that you don't have to complete the entire opening campaign to unlock the puzzles. I can't confirm that because I've already gone through the campaign, as you can see here, but the word various is a key word to me. I doubt you'll need to play the entire 2 hours it takes to do everything in the opening campaign, but you'll have to do some of it at the very least. So, moving on over to some UI changes. First thing we're touching on is that the deck searching has been added to the deck list display, as you guys can see here. So for those of you that have a ton of decks, and you can have up to 90 decks on your collection screen saved. So if you need to search for a particular deck, you just search for it here and it'll pull it up. So that way you don't have to scroll down. I don't have nearly that many. I have 10 or 11 decks here, so. But that's for you guys. Also, if you own premium copies of cards that are in your deck, there is now a one button option to swap them in. So I will go ahead and demonstrate that right now. Let's go to the Skycrag aggro deck that I have. This should probably not be in here, but whatever. And you'll see the one click button down here asking if you want to use the premium cards in your collection instead of the non-premium ones you have in your list so far. We'll click that. A little window will pop up It'll say you have premium copies of the cards in your deck. Would you like to swap those in? We hit yes. And as you can see, I didn't notice any changes except for one. I noticed that Pummel got changed. So it only showed one premium copy of Pummel in the deck before, and now, but I owned two. So now I have two in there. It took the non-premium one out. So there you go for that. You can now click through or skip campaign dialogue on the playmat, so that'll allow you guys to get through the campaign a little bit faster. I know a lot of people complain that the campaign is still too long, and I say that compared to a certain other game in the market, as far as card acquisition goes, for getting started in like a campaign style, Eternal is actually not that long. Eternal's bigger problem is that it locks those starting cards into a campaign mode, whereas other games don't do that. It takes you much longer to earn starter cards, but it's not locked into a campaign. You can earn them just like playing any mode. So, but as far as time goes, it takes much longer in other games. Anyway, what is next? We have some other UI changes as well. Puzzles actually now offer the ability to retry them from the options menu and from the defeat screen. I noticed that the campaign games also have this ability, but that might have been in an earlier patch that I don't remember, unfortunately. And also the message of the day has been changed to only display once per day. So let's move on to reward updates. This is a major talking point for people in the community right now. So they have changed the free-to-play system again. So now when you it benefits ranked games as well as casual games. It does not benefit Gauntlet games though. Gauntlet has been slightly nerfed as far as what you can earn. But starting with the good stuff, so casual, before this patch, if you won a game in casual, well, after your first win of the day anyway, if you won a game in casual, you would get a wood chest, which usually contained 20 to 30 gold, usually. Your second win, you would earn a wood chest, and then your third win, you would earn a bronze chest. That has been increased to where you earn a bronze chest for every win, and then on your third win, you earn 2 bronze chests instead of the single bronze that you got before. So that's good for all you casual players. As far as rank goes, that's also improved. Rewards after the last silver chest for a day have been increased to mimic casuals rewards, meaning the new rewards that you get from casual. So previous to this patch, before, for every ranked win, you would get a bronze chest, and then a silver chest. And that cycle would repeat itself until you got to 10 wins. Once you got to your 10th win, you would just get a bronze chest every win. There wouldn't be any more silver chests every 3 wins. Now with this new patch, after your 12th win, you get a bronze chest, and then every 3 wins after that will do so as well with no cap. Well, 2 bronze chests, I should say. Yeah, 12 wins give you 2 bronze chests, and then every 3 wins after that, you will also get 2 bronze chests. So, ranked, you can once again just grind out rank infinitely, just like you could before, although the rewards still aren't as good as it used to be. It used to be you just get bronze, silver, no matter how many games you played. You just played as long as you want. That would always be you would always get a silver chest every 3rd win. And then they capped it, and now it's kind of a happy medium, I guess, because now you earn 2 bronze chests instead of a silver chest. So yeah. Last thing about the reward updates, well, last two things. Touching on Gauntlet, this is where Gauntlet rewards got nerfed a bit. Rewards have been reduced for 2 through 6 wins. Your 7th win still awards you with 3 silver chests, but if you get less than that, then you just end up with a bunch of bronze chests and then 1 silver chest. So and then on your 2nd win, you don't get a bronze chest anymore, you get a wood chest on your 2nd Gauntlet win. So slightly nerfed. You lose a little bit of gold, but not much. I think it's about like 40 gold, less than that. But the response from Scarlatch, they were at least pretty transparent about it. They realized that after they changed the free-to-play model the first time, when they started introducing the getting a pack for your first win of the day, and then they capped the rank rewards because there was no cap before, they noticed that people would just go grind Gauntlet because they felt that was the only way you could like just get infinite gold. They would be without any type of cap at all. And they were correct. A lot of people went to just go grind Gauntlets, and that's not exactly what they wanted. So they said, okay, well, let's remove the cap off of ranked again, but it still won't be as good as before. And then we'll kind of not cap Gauntlet, but give less for Gauntlet. Give you less incentive to play Gauntlets. So I think they want more people to play ranked and casual modes. So it just wasn't their intention for Gauntlet to just have that much value to the point to where people would just avoid ranked and casual. So it kind of sucks for drafters too, because particularly the free-to-play drafters that don't want to play ranked, because they use Gauntlet to grind gold to just go and then go play draft once they get enough gold to enter the draft. So it's gonna take them a little bit longer to grind that gold, but it shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, last reward update: you can now only make quest progress on the first win of each game in campaigns. So this is not going to affect people too much, because honestly most of the quests that I get personally are the versus mode quests, which is like this one, win 5 versus battles with the time deck. But let's say you get a quest called there's a quest called Recruiter, where if you play 50 health worth of units, that'll earn you 2 silver chests. So before, every single game in the campaign would count towards that daily quest. Now only the first game in the campaign, the first win of each game in campaigns, will count towards that. Everyone after that will not. Moving on to matchmaking updates. Deceleration, a system which would award you with fewer points on a win and take more points when you lost based on where the system thought you should be, has been removed. This is something a lot of players asked for, which I was fine with the system we had before, but I'm not complaining about this at all. I'm not quite in Masters yet this season. I'm Diamond 2 currently, but it seems like this would benefit Master Rank players the most, because that's where you really saw people losing more points for a loss than what they gained for a win. At least that's been my experience every season I've hit Master, but I could be completely wrong on that, so take that with a grain of salt. As far as rank goes, the matching system in rank should now favor matches within or closer to your rank. This is also something I've heard players complain about. Personally, I and many others knew that the ranking system was really based on MMR, and not your hidden MMR anyway, and not that icon next to your username when you're in a game. If you're winning a lot of games and hitting higher ranks, your MMR is going to go up, and you will face other high ranked players based on that, regardless of where you are on the ladder currently, because the MMR doesn't reset every season. At least that was the case in the old system. So, you know, that's why a lot of people hit Master for the first time in their first season, and then you'll notice that it gets progressively harder to hit Master each season until you get to a point where you're just playing against the best players in the game. Often. Not all the time, but very often. So now the MMR is still there, but the system will try to get other players at least closer to your rank, hopefully with a similar MMR. But yeah, that's why if you're in bronze or silver and you hit a huge win streak with your very efficient aggro deck on the way to gold, you can't expect to keep facing players in your rank after you've won 10 plus games in a row, because you're running super hot and your MMR is really high because of it. Finally, we'll talk about some bug fixes. Starting with the client fixes, you should now be able to mute premium avatars during the redraw phase, and muting the enemy player should now mute the obelisk totem's ambient animations, meaning we're talking about the Xenon obelisk, which I'm not gonna buy. This thing. As far as bug fixes on your phone, you should be able to interact with the options menu again when a selection array is up. And as far as gameplay bugs, cards with Destiny should now correctly be discarded to maximum hand size. Shimmer Pack copy should now correctly get double damage during the sudden death boss fight. If a unit is temporarily granted a battle skill that was previously silenced twice, they wouldn't receive the benefit of that battle skill. This should no longer occur, and the unit should correctly get the battle skill a third time. As far as card fixes go, there's a few. Premium Journeyman Armor should now create a premium spiked helm. Copies of Triumphant Stranger should now correctly receive +1/+1 for each stranger instead of +2/+2. And Unexpected Results should now properly be blocked by player Aegis. And that is it for the patch notes. Again, normally I don't do a patch notes video if there weren't any changes to actual cards, buffs and nerfs in particular. There weren't any for this patch, but I was still really excited about the expanded match history in particular, enough to where I wanted to do a patch notes video for you guys. This is just huge. Again, the concern is that we might never get to have like a super detailed data-driven meta report based on what people see at different ranks, but I think if this is all we ever get, then I'm pretty happy. I'll be satisfied with it. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this patch notes video. If you like what you heard, feel free to give the video a like, and feel free to look around my channel if you want to check out my other Eternal content as well, and consider subscribing to the channel too, so you don't miss any future content from me for Eternal. But yeah, that's patch 1.26. That's going to be it from me. I'm pretty excited to play in the event tomorrow, so I got a couple of ideas that I'm going to try out in this particular event. But yeah, we'll get to that when that comes. Before I ramble on too much, again, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch this, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.